What's up, everybody? You are tuned into the Sour Patch Kids Radio. This is DJ. Today, we're going to discuss Dame Dash in the class. So, I did a podcast not too long ago, Dame Dash, and then when they came on a great show they put on to ingredients of working together and being great men and successful men and being inspiring and inspiration. And on Cannon's class is Nick Cannon's podcast that he have going on. It's great. Check it out. Salute to my brother Dame Dash. So Memphis Bleek. Memphis Bleek is a rapper. He made that song, Is That Your Chick? That was featuring Jay and Missy Elliott. Jay-Z, he was a artist of Rocafella Records at the time, and also he was a friend of Jay-Z. He was a friend of Dame Dash, and he has connections to both of them, and so he went on to a podcast recently, and he was discussing when Dame was talking about what was going on. He was with it. So first and foremost, I don't know if that was the right move to do. Like on the King Nico podcast, what I just is truth, and I try to lead people into reconsidering their thoughts and their methods and being successful and not worrying about the commentary of another man's situation or his life, and just trying to redirect people into greatness and stopping the bullshit. So, Memphis Bleek, he's a decent rapper. I like him. I liked that song back in the day. I love, Rocafella in general. I love, what they were, what they stood as. And shout out to the OG Memphis Bleek. But in all honesty, I know that he wasn't a executive at Rocafella, and he was saying he knew. But when I researched, R. Kelly was signed to Jive, and Jive produced the Best of Both Worlds album. So in regards to what Dame Dash was saying, he said Rocafella didn't have any connection as far as he didn't sign off on it. They didn't produce it. Their name wasn't on it. Jay-Z's name was on it because he's a rapper. So when you're a rapper and you do a feature, you get royalties. And, if you're supported by a label, supported by yourself, you're going to, basically, if I uploaded my podcast and I'm doing the show and I upload it, I am the producer, I am the artist, I am the funder. A producer usually is a person that funds it, that basically makes it. That's usually what it is in film. And then like in music, it could be a producer making a beat or using a piano, playing the instrumental, and then a rapper rap, and they rap on their beats. I mean, I know J. Cole does that, and a few other people. Neo does it. Dream, those producers, and also they're musical artists. They're music artists, so they do that collectively with themselves, among themselves. Neo is one, again, J. Cole and The Dream. So when you're an artist, you get royalty. So if you produce your track, Kanye does that as well. Kanye is amazing. Kanye was actually a producer at Rocafella. That's where he started, became a rapper. He came out with Through the Wire and, the college dropout CD in the 2000s. So, salute to Rocafella. Salute to Kareem Biggs, to Sean Carter, who is Jay-Z, Dame Dash. Salute to all y'all brothers for what y'all brought to our lives and the music industry. Y'all created so much genius work. Y'all work with, Dipset. I mean, a lot of the greats. Young Guns. So many others. It's so crazy. so many different artists they have, funded and gave an opportunity to, made money for many people. So Dame Dash, from what I am seeing and what I know, as far as like through the knowledge, because when you're speaking on such a type of situation, you have to look at everything. If he's saying that he's not a part of it, then he's probably not a part of it unless he, was in it, unless Rocafella name was on it, because, collectively Kareem Biggs, Jay-Z, and Dame Dash basically have to sign off on Jay-Z and Rocafella releasing that album collectively, because they all were the executives at the time. So Jay-Z, he did the Best of Both Worlds album with, the infamous R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, who made I Wish. And he's in the news right now. And he's being, like, bashed heavily because of, he married Aaliyah, the late singer and actress Aaliyah, when she was 15. And, that's illegal. That's actually really rape, legally. That's against the law. And he definitely was not allowed to marry someone so young. And that is against the law again. So, Memphis Bleek, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't, think your comment was right, because at the end of the day, Rocafella, the ones that produced it. Of course, he did say that he was in the video, and he actually mentioned that in the interview with Nick Cannon. He said he initiated that comment. He said that's why when you see me, in the video, you didn't see me around this guy when they were talking about R. Kelly and what was doing the feature with him. So I mean, no matter what Dame Dash do, he's gonna be, it's like they still, find some way to flip what he says. And me, like, I'm a real nigga, I don't, agree with that. So at the end of the day, I'm real in these streets, and not even just in these streets, in this world. I'm working on rehabilitating my life and getting out of the streets and getting out of the bull and just trying to be a better person. And I just know, like, you don't do that. Like, you don't talk about somebody when it's not true, because that gets you killed in these streets. That you got to be careful in the way that you move and what you say about people and how you say it about them. And you got to make sure your facts are straight. So, because he did say that he took a silent protest, and he did say that he was in there really, he didn't want to really be a part of it. And that was like something that, he stood on. And I mean, from everything that he's saying, it makes sense, because if you go back, you listen to the interview, you check and see if the Best of Both Worlds was Rocafella, the producer, was they the ones that released the album, and they wasn't. Jive was, because Jive had R. as their artist at that time. And I remember when, R. Kelly in that situation, I remember people like really talking. At that time, I was before. I mean, I've been in the streets when I was real young. So I was young at that time, but I remember it, being mentioned because everybody was talking about it. And I'm aware of my surroundings even as a youngin. So I know, what was going on, and that was crazy. But he was found not guilty. Jay-Z and R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, did a song on it. So, in all honesty, I don't, speak on another man's business in regards to something so serious. Like if it's something real personal, I try to stay out of it unless it's something I could, fight for, if I can bring, attention to. Because I remember when R. Kelly, he was a big artist. And I'm not really going to, talk about his artistry too much, but, everybody knows what he's done as far as, like, music. I don't care about my opinion. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, what really matters is, like, what he's done and you know, at the end of the day, if you're gonna hold this man accountable, Harvey Weinstein, if you're gonna hold Bill Cosby, I mean, you gotta account for everybody. In all honesty, because I mean, if that's the situation, if that's the truth, but at the end of the day, a lot of people did get away with a lot of different things. Like I don't know if Bill Cosby didn't get away with it because, you know, it's so late when they're trying to bring it up, and like it's he's old, so it's like, it's different. So at the end of the day, like it's a different world. That's he's not popping, but he's not like the Bill Cosby show airing right now. He's not at his peak. Honestly, he's a little in his own world. He at that time before he did been charged, guilty, and sentenced, and now he's in prison, unfortunately. But I remember in the game on VH1. I think it was Behind the Music, cause I'm in music. I'm an artist myself, and as you all know, I do music, and I also enjoy commentary and love hosting and interviewing and like public speaking. That's me. That's what I do. It's my therapy. It's how I stay out the way and do my thing and get my money and work hard and be successful and be in my own little mind and back. So at the end of the day, I remember when the game and 50 Cent, did This Is How We Do. And then the other one was Hated or Love It, the underdogs on top. I'm gonna shine, homie, until my heart stop. And that was that music right there. But yeah, I remember the game saying him and Cent wasn't wasn't even in the same place. They did it in separate, areas. They didn't get along at that time, but they still got business done. So, at the end of the day, you still get your business done and you still do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? That's like, me and my wife, we may not be, or me and my girl, I'm not married, but for example, me and my girl, we may not be on the best of terms. So say we got a kid together, or we got a situation together, and we sign our names off of it. No matter what's going on with us personally, is something that needs to be done as far as like business, or we gotta still collectively take care of our child. If we have one together, we don't have any kids together, and I'm single right now. But I mean I've been in relationships where I had to help them out with something, or they had a kid or whatever. Like I committed to helping or anything, like or committed to doing something for them. Like I had to do that, and that wasn't an issue for me. The only, thing I could see is like people not be reasonable. Like they're trying to like bash this man. And if this man really didn't do anything wrong, don't bash him. Don't bash somebody that didn't do nothing wrong. At the end of the day, if he's honest and he's telling his story and he that's his story and his facts are aligning, I'm not saying, that this man is right or wrong. I'm just saying like what he's saying isn't wrong. At the end of the day, if he's giving facts and showing them what happened, he's not wrong, period. So at the end of the day, people need to, be careful in their words and how they're saying stuff on the internet because, like I said, the Game and 50 Cent, they weren't shooting the video together, but they were in the same area. It's the way that, the media is nowadays. Like, you don't have to really be somewhere right next to this person to shoot a video. That person can be there, this person can be here, but it's still done. You know what I mean? They're right next to each other. Remember in like the Hillary Duff movie, with the Lizzie McGuire movie, like the girl was Lizzie McGuire, the one like the actual famous singer, and then everybody loved the one guy that was trying to get Lizzie to work with him when they were overseas for their student vacation. They went overseas, and the girl was right next to but it's only one Hillary Duff, but we had two on the screen. It's just the way that they do the media nowadays, the way that technology is and software is. You're able to manipulate videos and manipulate certain things, and at the end of the day, you gotta be careful what you say because I study film. Like I'm a OG in these streets. I mean, I'm not really an OG, but I'm young still. But still, like at the end of the day, like I know stuff. Like I've been out here and I read. Like I'm one of those different type of niggas. You feel me? I'm one of those different types of persons because honesty, I don't just say anything. And if I do say something, I correct myself. But I read, a lot, and I make sure that if I'm gonna say this, it's gonna have to be right. I'm not gonna comment because I'm trying to defend this guy or I'm just trying to defend this. Like a lot of reasons why me and my relationships may fall out is because like you might be my wife or you may be my girl, but if you're wrong, you're wrong. You may be my sister, you may be my mother, you may be my father or my dad. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm not about to sign off on you. I may love you. You may be the best person to me in my world. Period. And to me, today, I defend you if you're wrong. Please do not defend me if I'm wrong. Please don't, because at the end of the day, wrong is wrong, right is right. Because we gotta understand, like it's codes out here. Like OGs and real OGs, you move in a certain way. You don't do certain stuff. And you gotta be respectful to the next man. Don't be talking about people's kids. Don't speak on things you don't know about. Be real. So at the end of the day, honestly, people can manipulate videos. They can produce different content. Just be careful in how you do stuff because everybody's trying to, come up. Everybody's trying to protect themselves. Everybody's trying to keep their legacy. So you know who it is. It's DJ Nico. This is Nico Podcast. How it go. What we do here. DJ Nico. I'm going to be in your city, everybody's city real soon. Check me out at @theking_Nico on Instagram. The King Nico is here. I'm the king of myself, the king of you. I'm only the king of me. So at the end of the day, I'm worried about you. I ain't worried about you. I'm about mine and getting mine and being successful. Salute to all my real G's out there. Salute to all my real people. Stay blessed. Stay real. And be 100. Don't be lying. Don't be trying to manipulate people and their life and their kids and their families. Because today, we all got to answer to somebody. Even me. Answer to my niggas and my OGs or my people. We still got to answer to someone. So be real. Be 100. Keep it 100. This is King Nico Podcast. You're tuned in to Sour Patch Kids Radio. Oh my God, this is such a good podcast. Just being successful. Remember to don't ever give up. Don't ever stop you. Be the best that you can and stay out the way. Be brave. Don't ever let nobody get in your way. Period. And also I just want to ask people to start being real and start doing your research. Don't comment. Don't press the keyboard before you start really researching stuff. Be careful in how you talk and how you treat people because you got to answer to somebody. We all have to be real. This is the King Nico.